Da-da-da!
Oh, yes,
says
yes,
we're live.
Okay, hang on.
All right, wait a minute. She's checking because we made a mistake before.
Yesterday, you guys missed a good one. We were online.
Oh, we were on fire!
Having a great time, and it wasn't happening.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I don't see it.
I don't know.
Where's your channel?
I don't know.
Here's your channel.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Your channel. It says you're live.
It says live.
It says you're live.
But there's a 60-second delay. No, it's going.
Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah, it's not 60 seconds. I think it's more like 30 or something.
Okay, anyway.
Anywho.
Today's topic is an important one.
Very important one.
It's about this children transitioning.
Wait. I gotta get me a drink for this.
Oh, me too.
Keep talking.
Yeah, anywho's, what do you, all right, wait a minute. I gotta let the cat out, okay? Because he's gonna start meowing in a second. Just stay there, because I'm not going nowhere. There you go. All right. Anyway.
We left him
alone.
And unsupervised.
Where's mine? Oh, that's
it's
tea.
Yuck.
I don't want no tea. Yeah, turn the coffee on, please. Okay, maybe we should have done all of this and such. Anyway, before we got online, but here. Yeah, I did not rush. I don't rush. Had to take that out of my pocket. All right, anyway.
It's elderberry wine.
Elderberry wine. Yeah, if you know, you know. It came from the Andy Griffith Show. Anyway, look. Children are not allowed to get tattoos, okay? For a good reason. Do you know why they can't get tattoos on their own? Okay? Wow. Because they're children. They're going to get a dinosaur on there. Mm-hmm. And when they get to be 22, they're going to regret it. And then they're going to have to do some body modification, right?
That's right.
Now, children are not allowed to drink. Can we all agree that that's a bad idea to let a 7-year-old walk into a bar and purchase alcohol? All right?
I agree.
Children are not allowed to do a lot of things. And why is that? Because they're children and their brains are not developed enough to decide these things.
Correct.
Now we have a culture of, in my opinion, the most vile and disgusting creatures on the planet. People that will allow their children to permanently alter their bodies by taking hormone pills. You can't just stop taking these pills and expect a body to go back to normal. We absolutely know that beyond a shadow of a doubt now. You're putting these children in a place where they're going to commit suicide, a vast majority of them. And I'll tell you why. Because this is your idea. It's not their idea. All right. Positive reinforcement. Okay. Look, I've had 4 kids and I got to tell you, I had 3 boys and 1 girl. And do you know what little children want? They want to play in a mud puddle. All right. I kept a mud puddle in the side of my house for years.
With that.
They're happy. All right. Give them a sprinkler out there to run through. They're happy. Spend some time with them and they're happy. Okay. But these children can never accomplish an orgasm for the most part. Now, you can look this up on your own. You don't have to sit there and disagree with me. It's the truth. Okay. If I went to a grade school and got a job as a teacher and started talking about sex, straight sex, you would have me arrested as a pedophile.
And rightly so.
And rightly so. Yet, you can have women who are teachers now make transitioning sound really great. Yeah. Here's one thing that I can tell you for sure about children. They're all awkward in their body. All right? They are. They're all uncomfortable. They are. It's a fact. There's so many weird things happening into the world, but what you're doing is not your place to do. And if you did it to my child, I'm telling you, it would be the last child you did this to. All right. This is really bad. I don't know where teachers and the school board itself come across with this idea that they know better than the parents.
They don't.
To begin with, it's not your child. Reading, math, science, history, teach real things. When you're teaching gender studies in a schoolroom classroom, you're telling me every kid in that room is getting straight A's and now you're just filling time? Because I know that's not the case.
No.
You're letting these children do things to their body that they're gonna regret, okay?
Yeah, I mean, when you take God out of the equation
Yeah.
in every single thing you do, then you don't have, it's all whatever you want to say. It's all up to you. You get to say how they behave. You get to decide for them.
Right.
And you're not a parent, so you're not going to have to live the consequences of what you're doing to children in
Right.
school.
I mean, when my kids were in school, I think it was like 7th or 8th grade, they had to sign they sent a piece of paper home. All right. And we had to sign this for their sex education thing.
I
Remember that? Yeah.
Yes.
Now you people are grooming children. There's no place in the classroom for this. I am so afraid that what we have anymore is not schools, it's an orientation. All right. You are, well, it's not orientation. What would you call it? Indoctrination
Yeah.
into a way of thinking that's very harmful for everybody involved.
I agree.
All right. God created male, God created female. It's not a teacher's place to say different. If you're a teacher and your students know that you're a Democrat or a Republican, you're a horrible, horrible teacher. If you're a teacher and your students know that you're a lesbian, bisexual, you have sex with trees, whatever all this new stuff is, you should be locked up and put in jail. You should be in maximum security confinement. You're not a human being, all right? This is just beyond repulsive. I saw this thing, and this guy, he asked this teacher, he says, should children be allowed to transition? Oh, of course they should. And he says, to Christianity. And she says, no. And the look on her face.
Yeah, they're okay. I found this out from, mental hospitals are
Yes.
not what they used to be. I mean, you could go to a mental hospital and stay there and all that. That doesn't really exist so much anymore.
Yeah, it was like a crazy number. Back at the turn of the century or up until like the 1940s or something, there was like 300,000 people in that had been committed into your insane asylums or whatever you want to call them. Now we have like 3 times as many people, and there's only 30,000 people nationwide.
Where do you think
right?
these people are?
So what we're doing is we're putting crazy back on the streets, and
This-
most of them are winding up in the schools.
These people are either in the schools or they're homeless, and we have a society that is indulging mental health.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mental illness. That's bad. That's bad.
I'll put this into, if you're a guy and you like to dress up as a girl and you feel like a girl, whatever, and you're a grown up, that's perfectly okay. I don't care. Absolutely. I will treat you as nice as I can. I will stop short of using pronouns because I don't have to. And just the mere fact you're trying to bully me into using those, the answer is no. But anyway, and if you're a lesbian, I don't care. It's great. But look, I don't come sit in the classroom talking about straight sex. If I did, I'd be arrested.
Yeah.
But yet you're sitting in those classrooms in a position of power trying to get kids to transition. And this is just, what do they call it when you affirm something? This kid might say something that you believe sounds more like a girl than a boy. So all of a sudden, when he makes a statement like that, you affirm that behavior. So he's going to get more and more doing this, right? I'm telling you right now, the media is horrible because they're telling all these stories about transitioning and TikTok and all of that. The reason they're doing this is because they're trying to effeminize this country. But the whole problem is 80% of these people regret transitioning, and a simple search online. It's hard now that Google has jumped full aboard the woke wagon, but with a little bit of searching, you can find group after group after group of people that regret transitioning. They've had their bodies mutilated in many cases. Just because you cut a hole in a man's body doesn't make it a vagina. No, it's a sore. The body is constantly trying to heal it.
Yeah.
All right.
The way they describe it, which is
It's
really,
horrible.
it's pretty gruesome. You don't want to know.
Just the odor alone is enough to.
And why would you submit your child to such a thing?
Right.
Why would you do?
Because you want to be in the popular crowd, I guess. Yeah.
It's a disease that is called,
Gender dysphoria. Yeah.
Just like you have people that have gender dysphoria when they're 100 pounds,
Yes,
5'10", and they 100 pounds, and they think they're fat.
Yeah.
They see a fat human being in the mirror. The same thing is with these people, and the thing is, they are being manipulated. The transgender community, for the most part, are being manipulated.
Yes.
Into thinking that this is what they think, this is what they want, and nobody's giving, because they are being affirmed like this. Nobody's giving them the help that they really, really need. They need mental health.
The reason you're getting all of this violence from the transgender community is because, look, if you're a biological man, you're always going to be a biological man. There's no such thing as transgender. All right. There's cross-dressing or body modification. There's been 0 successful operations, sex change operations, because you can't do it. If you think you're a woman, then why do you need medicine? Why would you need medicine? Okay, you're a woman, be a woman. So why do you need these pills? What it does is it messes with your body on a genetic level. You're putting hormones in there that don't belong in there. Yeah. And there's long-term health effects to this.
Exactly.
It's crazy. But,
so, this is really, the thing is, if you are transgender and you're listening to this and you're angry, we understand that.
I do understand it, yes.
Because it's hard to tell from your own perspective how bad and how wrong this is. Now, the teachers have no excuse. I tell you what, because they are trying to stay employed. Yeah. And if you take your child away from the schools to stop the indoctrination process, they have no job.
If you are a lesbian, I don't care. If you're a grown-up, if you're an adult and you're a lesbian, I don't care. More power to you. We can be friends, all right? I don't agree with your lifestyle, but that's fine. Same thing if you're gay. It's fine. I don't care if you're an adult. If you're a man, you want to walk around dressed up as a woman, and you're an adult and you cut body parts off, okay, fine. I don't care. Whatever makes you feel better. If you're a woman and you want to get your breast cut off and you want to take male hormones, and fine, if you're an adult. How dare you do this to children? How dare you talk children into this? Sex doesn't even belong in school. You shouldn't be talking about this at all. They're not your children. This is grooming, this is pedophilia, and it's nasty.
The only reason anybody would bring up whether you're straight or gay or bisexual or transgender up in a classroom is to invite the subject of sexuality into it.
Right.
And children have no need for that. Okay? They are not even cognizant fully of what, they shouldn't be cognizant fully yet of what that is, because they're still figuring out being a human being.
You people are bullies in the worst way. You're not even bullying adults. You're bullying children. You're sick. You do need help. It's not normal for a grown person to talk to children about sexuality, That's not your job.
And when you say, "Oh, I'm queer," and my kids, students understand it, and all of that,
Your students shouldn't know it.
shouldn't know anything about your own personal, because
Nope.
you being queer and being attracted to the opposite sex or whatever, it's only has one purpose. It's not like it's a family necessarily, the
right.
family unit the way you're supposed to. It's not like you guys can have children. It's not like you any of that. The only reason you would bring that up because we want to introduce the subject of sex into a child's mind, and that is not okay. That is not your job to do. That is a parental right.
It is.
And that is
But
only the parents.
yeah,
My child.
your job as a teacher is not to give political advice. That's not your job. You're there to teach math, history, science. Look, we homeschool our children. It takes 3 hours a day. All right. My 15-year-old son is ready to get his GED. Okay. And it takes 3 hours at best a day. You have them for 8 hours. Okay. I am not, well, I don't send my children to school anymore because I'm a grown up. And when I saw how filthy the schools were getting, with a clear conscience, I had to pull my children out.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, if I lived in a state where I had no choice, where I had to send my kids to public school, boy, I'd probably be in jail. All right. And my way of thinking it like this is, we have a real issue in the schools. All right. I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat or whatever. I don't care. My children should know what you are. You vote the way you vote. But when it comes down to sexually grooming children, that's disgusting.
Yeah. You people, I mean, teacher. Yeah. And it's more prevalent than you think because.
Yeah. If my kids, hold on.
Uh-huh.
Right. When my kids are grown ups, if they decide to do something like that, of course I will support them. I would never not support my kids, but they're children. There's no place for that now. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. And yeah. It is so bad. Look, you have to understand they are using you.
Yeah.
You are being manipulated for financial gain. I've said it before in one of the chats that we had before. You start you do a surgery. You gotta take medication the rest of your life. The drug companies now have a client for the rest of your life. You're gonna be medicated and needing physical help of one way or the other, and for the rest of your life. Now watch. This is how you know that they don't care about you. They will do everything that it takes to get you to be their client, their customer, with medical intervention and chemical intervention. But if you decide, you know what, I don't think I did this right, I want to reverse it, there is no help for you.
Yeah, you're done.
You're done. You gotta pay out of pocket whatever it is. You gotta do, whatever it is that it takes. But it is any help, any love that you have from this community will be gone immediately. And I wonder if that's one of the reasons why some kids just stick it out.
There's a chick out there, I believe her name is Chloe. I don't know what her last name is, right? She was feeling kind of, uncomfortable in her body when she was in high school, which all girls and all boys do. I guarantee it. It's called puberty. So she goes in there, and after 15 minutes, they put her on puberty blockers, right? The next visit, next week, she had another 15-minute consultation, and they put her on male hormones. And it was like within 3 to 4 weeks, they cut her breasts off. Now she's figured out that, hey, I'm not a boy. I want to be a girl. She can never have children, and she's had her breast cut off. All right. She was suicidal. And when she started telling other people in the community how she felt, they exiled her. They bullied her. They threatened her. Okay. Does this sound like a loving community that you want to be part of?
No, this was
and bad. This happens to like 80% of the people that transition, as far as I understand, online.
Yeah, they're
So yeah,
they don't have your best interest in mind.
that's
They
true.
do not. They do not. And you can say whatever you want and have all this jump up and down and scream and cry and how we're transphobic and
Yeah, whatever you want to say. And look, if you want to do this when you're an adult, let me reiterate. If you're an adult, you're 18 years old and you're allowed to do your stuff, I support you. Go ahead, go do it. Obviously, you must have put some time into this thinking. I hope you did, but not to children, not 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old children. And in my mind, any parent that does this to their child should be in jail too.
they I don't think they're all the old people that are in part of the transgender and the LGBT community part are the same. Okay, there are women and men that are gay that they just want to go along and get
Right.
along with their life, be able to have a job, have a community, have this and that. They would never even dream of talking to your children about sexuality because they understand, like we do, that is
They
close to being a bit of,
hijacked because it used to be gay and lesbian. There was a gay and lesbian movement. Now, gay people are guys who like guys. Lesbians are women who like women. And they don't particularly support the rest of this garbage.
yeah,
Right? So
but
you're hijacking them.
and now you have this transgender thing. Now I can understand when you're a young kid, just starting to go, you feel weird and your body,
Oh,
things
yeah,
are
you do.
changing.
I remember
You're
that a
like,
long
oh
time
my
ago.
god, you would give anything to stop all this weirdness that's going on in your body. But it takes an adult with no agenda other than their well-being to get them through that stage of life. Now you have these people that are there is a they are really mentally ill. They think that they're a man or a woman inside a woman's body, whatever. That's also a mental illness, and you have that.
Yeah.
And they do that, and they just like the gay people, they're just happy to get along,
Right.
and they want to just live their own lives, their own personal thing. They're done. But then you have this other weirdos out there.
Correct.
Okay, you have the Dylan Mulvaney's and that other guy Jeffrey whatever.
Yeah.
That are actually aiming what they're
They're
doing
aiming their content at children.
Now that's grooming.
That's criminal.
Pedophilia. That's something that is something else that is incredibly creepy. And those are the ones that are trying to put their entire life out there on the world for every kid to see. It's like that guy, that Jeffries, whatever his first name is. He had this page and he says, I opened up a page. It's just for you and I, guys.
Yeah.
So no parents, What kind of person does that?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a pedophile.
And let me tell you something. Most of these famous ones, there was one that was just arrested the other day, one of these transgender people. He was arrested for sex trafficking. He was part of a group of people that were sneaking children across the border as sex slaves.
There was that other weirdo transgender that was selling those medications, testosterone.
Yeah, there was one of them that was
giving them away for free.
Giving away for free to children online, which is highly illegal to do that. And and there's no consequences.
Please tell me where this is correct. But it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But look, I'm just telling you, okay. We'll try to keep this a little bit short, but what you do as an adult is you. You do you, boo. But this stuff with the schools, it's got to stop.
And the children.
And the children, in my opinion, thank God I'm not in charge, because in my opinion, I would have every teacher that teaches this in school, every teacher that flies these gay flags in school, every teacher that promotes this agenda in school would be arrested. You're a pedophile. You're grooming children.
Now, if you're a parent.
Yeah. If you're a parent and you're doing it, I don't agree with it at all. But it's your child, so I don't know.
If you're a parent and you're watching this and you don't think that nothing's going on in the schools, and you really need to wake up. Okay, watch your child carefully and closely, because some of these people are very sneaky.
Look, there's a program. I know they had it in California, and I know that you can do it here in Texas. You can go to school with your child, and you can sign a little thing, and you can't say nothing, but you can sit in the back of the class. And I think that you can do it once a month or something like that, whatever it is.
It's
But
been a while.
I did it in California. I did it once or twice, and I did it once here while my kids are still going to school, and I pulled them out. But you'll see what they're teaching your children.
Yeah.
Be involved. There's no substitution for being a parent. And let me tell you something. If you're making your child feel loved and comfortable at home, he's not going to fall for this stuff, or she's not going to fall for this stuff. They only fall for this stuff when they're looking for love. All right?
If you're a single parent, I can almost guarantee you there's stuff that you're happening in your kid's life you have no idea.
No idea.
And they don't tell you because they don't want to add to your burden as a single parent.
Right.
So you need to be either more aware, more active, more involved in your children's life. You need to, okay, here's the thing. They have no privacy. They get to have no privacy. You need to be in their backpacks and their wallets and their phones and their computers and everything. Your children are not.
They're not grown ups.
They don't know how to make decisions yet.
Are they paying their own cell phone bill? No? Gee, then guess what? That's your cell phone.
Yeah, yeah.
Are they paying their own internet connection, and did they pay for their own computer? No. Guess what? That's yours. You get to look at it.
Yeah, it's your stuff. They don't get to have anything. I mean, occasionally we'll grab the phone from our kids and stuff. And we did that with our older boys.
Yes, we did.
What's on your phone? Let me see it.
Yeah.
Give it here.
Yeah.
Turns out they were all kind of boring.
Yeah, they're all boring. But anyway, look, I'm just telling you. The whole thing is when I saw that teacher and that, No, the problem with this country is we need to go back to Christ. Okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We need to go back to God and Christ and just beg for forgiveness from the Lord.
Well, it's our problem. It's fully on the schools, and not just on this. It's fully on the schools because we're raising idiots these days. There's over 80% of college graduates cannot tell the difference between an opinion piece and a genuine news story. Why? Because they're not taught that. Mm-hmm. And you know what else they don't teach them? They don't teach them cursive writing in schools. I was shocked when I took my son to get his first checking account. I think he's in his 8th grade, right?
Yeah.
And they said, here, sign here. And he couldn't sign. He had to print his name because no one taught him.
Here's the thing. There was this one comedian.
How about we stop teaching gender studies and start teaching how to read and write?
They're not teaching kids anything these days that is practical.
Nope.
And when they come out of school, they go into another career that is useless and creates nothing but debt in their lives. We are seeing even now is going to be a shift between if you don't have an actual skill that can be used in the marketplace, you are useless. Okay.
Absolutely,
and so what's going to happen is you're going to have child $100,000 in debt and a $15 an hour job or 20 and $20 an hour job pays for nothing. Okay, barely pays for your food and your car payment.
I'm a big advocate. What she said. I believe that there should be cameras in the school.
Absolutely.
In every classroom. And I believe that the parents should have access to that so they can watch that.
Yeah.
Not talk or anything, but a parent needs to see what these teachers are doing. And why is that? Because I have no faith in you. I have no faith in the school system. I've seen what's happening. This country is in trouble. I am so worried for this generation of kids that are getting ready to come to power now in your 20s and 30s. You have no common sense. You can't think for yourself. To you, evil is not evil. Oh, no, this is normal. No, it's not normal. It's evil. There is right. There is wrong.
Things are about to change. And like I said, our generation the ones ours and before that, the ones that build the infrastructures, they knew how to work with their hands, they know how to cook, clean, and do all these things.
Yeah, we're growing old.
We're
I'm on
growing
retirement.
old, and we're dying
Yeah.
down. And the ones that are gonna take a gun and defend your right to have your opinion, your right
We're
to
all
say what you
dying
want,
out. We're
we're
old.
dying down. And once we're gone, there's nothing between you and the government taking over your life and telling you what to think, what to eat, what to
Yeah.
wear, where to sleep, when to work, what to do, everything. Okay.
I will tell
So
you
I'm
one
just
thing.
saying.
I know no one's going to do it, but there's a series of books out there by Sir Edward Gibbons. I think he wrote them in like the 1700s and that. It's called The Rise and the Fall of the Roman Empire. And if you ever read one series of books in your life, you should read this book because it is true. History repeats itself. And when you read this series, you can draw a parallel to America and pay close attention to that last book because we are in that period right now. All right. We have a government that is paying for migrants to come across the border. Why is the government paying for migrants to come across the border? Because for the first time in America's history, our women are not having children in sufficient numbers to supply our workforce. And worse than that, this generation is not only big enough to support itself, it's effeminate. It can't take care of itself. All right. And when you read that into Edward Gibbons, you'll see exactly what happened. We're raising effeminate men. You know, all these feminists got these words, toxic masculinity. No, it's masculinity. It is what it is. But so yeah, we have a serious issue here. But like, I don't want to drag this on forever. Anyway, you know, so I'll give my wife the last words. God bless y'all.
Just stay close to home. Don't there is no way you can repair the damage that teachers do to your children.
None.
Over 8 hours period.
Stay involved in your child's life.
Yeah, so you can't fix that with a vacation. Okay, if you can afford to be a one income family,
do it.
Do it. It'll be worth it.
It's hard, but do it. We did it.
Yeah, you can do it.
Yep.
All right.
Anyway.
Say bye-bye, Dad.
Bye-bye, Dad.
God bless.
God bless. I thought it was pretty good.